Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our sales meeting. Yeah, I know. Wes is more. I'm glad you guys are sitting together. So first, I'd like to introduce Aaron, right? Yeah. Aaron's related to Ed, and they're not brothers, so I'll let you figure that out. But anyway, Aaron's just completed the real estate course, taking the post licensing as his B of Com, and I won't say you're procrastinating, but eventually you're going to join the office and be part of it, so we're looking forward to you joining us.
Right on.
Our meeting this morning is about social media, and our last sales meeting, if you recall, I talked about the BAM connection, and the speaker there was Mitch Joe, who I was quite pumped about. And there were about 500 of us in the room, and we all left there really thinking that if we got on board this stuff, that we'd have an advantage over the competition. I did a little bit of homework last night, and I was trying to figure out how big is the internet. And so I went on to Google, and according to Google, they say that the internet is 100,250 billion documents big. We've done over 200 billion emails last year, and we average, and that's going to double over the next year, and then we average about 150 emails per day per person, which takes about 2 hours a day, 2.5 hours, which equates to about 3 months a year. So if you wondered why we're a little bit mixed up, it's because of all the overload of information that's coming through. As you know, our office has really come a long way in the last 4 years, because we're very proud of the fact that we're the first paperless office in Canada, that we can process everything electronically, and right through from the initiation of the contract, the web forms, to the registration of the document at the Land Titles Office, to paying you out electronically. And I'm pleased to say that we had our first audit by the Real Estate Council, and we came through with flying colors, and they were really impressed with how everything is transparent, how easy it was. Just flew through it, and the comment the auditor said was, everybody should be on this system. So I know a lot of you are now blogging, and some of you are on Twitter. I see you every morning. And this morning we have two guests that are going to be talking about social networking. Steve over here, Steve Yeager, is the owner of Ubitor and Reach.com. Yeah. Steve's involved in building websites, placement on the internet, and also teaches social media. And then, of course, we have Ian Watson. Probably a lot of you have seen Ian online. Ian has kind of a unique marketing strategy, and whatever he's doing is certainly working, because I was watching one of his videos and he mentioned that he had his best January ever. And you know how bad January was. It was one of the worst in the industry, if not the worst. And so has a unique way of marketing himself, has a video camera on his dashboard, drives about Vancouver, Yaletown, and does a running commentary on what's taking place. And I guess some people really love it, and a few people shake their heads, but whatever he's doing, it's sure working. And his theme is the death of the old school realtor. So please put your hands together and help welcome our two speakers.
Maybe a couple of weeks ago, I did a talk for the Fraser Valley Meetup at meetup.com. I know a few faces were there, and Natalie asked me to come and talk about that, but I'm not going to give the full talk because it was 45 minutes plus Q&A. So basically what I was talking about was the death of the old school realtor, all this flyering, magazine advertising, and all the stuff we've always done is really dying. There's no way that newspapers are going to survive the next 10 years. It's a fact. Okay, 5. So what I was talking about was how I changed my business to be 100% online. It's been about 2 years since I decided to do that, and I've changed, and I haven't flyered in a couple of years. Magazine advertisements, everything was pared down. I went from $5,000 a month marketing expenses back in the day to about $500, a little bit less than $500 a month is what I spent. About a week and a half ago, I did a video blog, just not to toot my own horn, but just to explain, out of the real estate board rankings, I was number 13 out of unit sales so far this year. So that's compared to like Malcolm Hassman, who spends $40,000–$50,000 a month on advertising. And so that's not bad considering it's about $500. So what I wanted to explain was the eyeballs have changed from looking at print magazines to looking at the internet. And our clients understand it, but I don't think a lot of realtors get it yet, or they're trying to get it, but they don't get it 100%. And I think it's a great opportunity right now because we haven't seen a time like this ever in real estate history. Maybe in the 80s, the prices had changed, mortgage rates had changed, everything had changed as far as real estate business is concerned. But the way we do business has really changed in the last couple of years, and for the next 3 years is going to have an impact on how you do your business in the future. So I'm not here to sell anything to you. I just came out because Natalie asked, and I asked Steve to come along to help me out with this one. Because I can explain what I use, but he can explain how it works better. And he's not here to push any products on you. But there is a Fraser Valley meetup that we've done once. We're going to do it. When is the next one?
I think it's April 13th.
Yeah.
April 13th. I recommend going to it because I'm not a tech person. I just have learned all these things through his classes and through these meetups and meeting the right people. So I want to put that out there right now. So a few years ago, I was doing great business. I've been medallion year after year since I've started in the business. But what had happened was I got audited by the government, and after all said and done, I really didn't make that much money, right? And it's really surprising how little we can make as far as realtors are concerned. I think a lot of people put about 50% of their income back into their business as far as their cars and their expenses and their marketing. And now I'm running my business under 20%, and that includes my car, and that includes my office fees. So I have 80% to my pocket and the government's pocket. So it's changed quite a bit. Now, what I've done, obviously video blogging has been really big for me. Video blogging, I'm not a writer. I cannot write, but every day I do a little video blog, and it's about a 1 minute long, and I just talk about what's going on. But the great thing about video blogging, it starts a relationship with me and my clients, or my potential clients, right away. Actually, can we go to the marketing page, marketing the condo?
Do you open the tab or no?
Just click on that one. So, because of Web 2.0 and what has happened with the interaction of real estate and the web, everything is about sharing information. So I put all my marketing up here. This is what I do. It's very simple. There's no big secret. So I have 5 niche sites. And the reason why I do niche sites is because Google now is our niche finder. I was having coffee with somebody the other day. She's a Seattle realtor, and they dominate Vancouver real estate. Or I can't remember, I think it's Vancouver real estate. And she said, well, we're gonna move an office up here. And they're always on the top page, but they've never sold real estate up here. But the problem is, they don't realize that nobody searches Vancouver real estate. Nobody cares about that, because if you're in Vancouver, you're not gonna put such a broad term. You're gonna put a little narrow focus term, like a real niche. If you're in this area, and maybe, what's like a small community?
Clayton Hills.
Okay, Clayton Hills or whatever, Morgan Creek, or whatever the niche is. Someone's going to type in that term, and then one person is going to own that area.